Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's a low-hanging fruit. Everybody's sick of me having a pop at me again, Mardy ass. But they've just released another trailer, whinging and playing the victim. And all right-thinking people should have perfectly ordinary feelings of hatred and revulsion for these creatures. So let's watch it, and then I'm going to tell you some facts about it. There's 5 very, very obvious ones that need to be pointed out. So let's do it, shall we? I'm sure those of you that watch the channel have probably seen this already, but for those of you that haven't, I'm going to play the trailer, occasionally interjecting to do what I usually do, which is A, tell you some facts that are pertinent, and B, call Meghan Mardy ass a crispy-lipped, yo-yo knickered, raddled spunk bowser.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
You hear that? That is the sound of hearts breaking all around the world.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then
Everything changed.
And then everything changed. I want to point your attention at that image, by the way, because the sight of hundreds of thousands of people cheering and praising Mardy arse and waving flags was commonplace. Anybody with eyes and ears knows it. The point I keep making, why their lies and disingenuous and frankly disgraceful behaviour is so offensive to right-thinking people, is because we can remember what happened and we saw it with our own eyes. For the first couple of years, she was welcomed into the fold by people like me that thought it's good to have the royal family stop shagging the cousins for a change, and it's nice to get some new blood in. Everybody said the same about Kate. Nobody was against the marriage. Nobody. She was roundly welcomed. For years, the wedding was popular, well attended, and millions of well-wishers turned out for her. It was only after she started being a devious, lying sack of rats that the public turned against her. Wimbledon was the beginning of the end. That was exactly what happened. July 9th, 2019, Meghan Markle's Wimbledon privacy request sparked British backlash. She was roundly adored, and then all of a sudden, stories came out from Wimbledon that a load of pensioners went to meet her and at that point realised, when she told the police to throw them all out, that she was a bit of a bitch. And even the police were embarrassed about it, and all the nice old ladies who went to talk to Meghan and give her the congratulations were suddenly saying to each other, she acted like she was on Hollywood Boulevard like Angelina Jolie, but Angelina Jolie makes her own money so she can do as she pleases. I paid for this wanton hussy's wedding dress, and I don't think she should be acting all hoity-toity and telling people like me to go and get fucked. That was when everybody turned against her, and not a second before. It's got nothing to do with my patriarchy or any of the bollocks they come out with. It's because everybody was nice to her, but she started being a bitch. A lying, devious, snail trail when she walks anywhere, dirty sack of carrots. That's why everybody hates her, because she's a hooer, and she lies a lot.
There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's about race. It's about race. No one mentioned race for years. Not until she started being a twat. Then she said it was about race. Why would it be about race when she's not black? I've got more of a tan on my left testicle. It's not about race. Full fucking stop. They want it to be about race because it's all part of the grift. Then they can say, oh, they don't like me because I'm black, innit? Everybody liked you for the first few years, then you started lying, you devious little trollop.
Dirty game. The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself.
Just think about that one as well. Think about how daft it is on the face of it. I didn't want history to repeat itself because they're desperately trying to pin themselves to Princess Di's. petticoat. History repeats itself. What? You thought the public were being rude to your wife because she was a bitch. So you thought that a drunk Frenchman was going to suddenly start driving your car and plough it into a fucking concrete post. What's that got to do with anything? Your mother died in a tragic accident. She didn't get kicked to bits by a mob of peasants because they didn't like her. She died because a pissed Frenchman ploughed the car into a concrete pillar. Stop whinging and going on about your mum. Because your mum was actually nice and went around cuddling babies with AIDS, and that's why people liked her. And your wife isn't nice and doesn't cuddle babies with AIDS. She just manipulates and cheats and lies and sneaks and is a two-faced Machiavellian hornblower of the highest order. So nobody likes her. Again, it's not rocket science, is it?
No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
No one knows the full truth. We know the whole truth. Yeah, but you lie, though. You know the truth, but then you lie about it. All you do is lie. All your wife does is lie. She's wrapped you round her little finger and somehow snagged a ginger prince, even though she's seen more pricks on a second-hand dartboard. That should tell you something about her. She's devious. She's manipulative. You're a fucking idiot, son. You are not the sharpest tool in the box. There's a light on, but there's no one home. There's a lift, but it doesn't go all the way at the top. Whatever amusing analogy you want to use, Prince Harry is a plank. A prematurely balding ginger plank with the personality of a house brick. And because he's not very clever, his devious, manipulative, clitoris like Rocky's speedball, fanny like a gutted fireplace, dirty Sakarat's wife is manipulating him and the media. Nobody's going to watch this show. Nobody likes them. Nobody wants to listen to them because they're perennially dishonest. Also, there's 5 big points I want to bring out about that trailer that everybody should know. 1, this picture here of the paparazzi taking all them photographs was actually taken at a Harry Potter premiere 5 years before the Duke and Duchess met. So what's that all about? They're just outright lying in their own documentary, and they're just hoping nobody notices, hoping that the mainstream media and the commie activists will lie for them and nobody will read any of this. But the Sun's dug into it, and these are some of the big points they found. Number 2, the imagery of all them hundreds of photographs of photographers hounding them was also spliced because the footage was taken from Katie Price, the topless model, who is probably one of the only women in Britain that's been under more bed sheets than fucking Meghan Markle. That's where the imagery was from. It was from nothing to do with Meghan Markle. It was the Katie Price trial. So their own video on Netflix is full of lies. Even the trailer's full of lies. And there's loads. The Sun's uncovered loads of them. One section of the second trailer also features clips of reporters, photographers and cameramen apparently in close pursuit of the couple. However, one media crush seen by viewers was not targeting the royal couple, but rather President Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen. Even the trailer's full of bollocks. Even the trailer is full of bollocks. Mardy arse needs to hire better people, because I think I could knock up a better montage of lies and make it more believable than what Netflix has done. And I know less about video editing than I do about gushing sentimentality. It's not my forte. From a tweet by Robert Jobson, the photograph used by Netflix and Harry and Meghan suggesting intrusion by the press is a travesty. It was taken from an accredited pool at Archbishop Tutu's residence in Cape Town. Only 3 people were in the accredited position. Harry and Meghan agreed the position. I was there. That image there. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisy. Looks like Netflix are almost as dishonest as Princess Ankle Grabber herself. Number 5, the picture cropping. In the teaser, the Duke of Sussex tells viewers there is a hierarchy of the family. However, analysis by the Telegraph showed the image had been cropped in such a way as to make the Prince and Princess of Wales appear close to the centre, with the late Queen to the right. In fact, the newspaper noted that Queen Elizabeth II was standing in the middle of the balcony for the RAF, and Harry and Meghan were closer to her than the Cambridges, as the couple were then known. Well, there you have it then. The entire trailer is bollocks. The couple talk nothing but bollocks. And if you're interested in listening to them or hearing about them or watching their TV show, you've got a skull full of bollocks as well. Finally, just think about it for a moment. They said they left the royal family because they wanted privacy, and all they've done for the last 2 years is shamelessly and purposely and manipulatively courted controversy and been desperate for attention the entire time. They are a truly detestable and lamentable couple, and frankly, they make me wish. Basically, the sooner there's a big earthquake and the whole of California gets sucked into the fucking ocean, the better. Oh, hang on. I live in California. Well. I'm willing to pay that price. I'm a bootneck. I'm a good swimmer. See you very soon. Thanks for watching. Like it and all of that nonsense, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.